You know, it really doesn't matter how introverted you are or how extroverted you are. Being around good people really brings about a better quality of life. And what we're going to be talking about today is the balance of spending time on your motorcycle. How spending time on your motorcycle can make you more successful and happy. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, my name is Ty and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you joining me today. So let's continue and get into the discussion that I mentioned in the opener. Now, motorcycles, one of the great things about riding motorcycles is it does provide a lot of solitude and alone time. So when you're riding alone just by yourself versus in a group, you know, when you're in a group, you're worried about what other people are going to do and where other people are at. But one of the great things about riding motorcycles, how it can make you more successful and more happy, is that you really have an opportunity to get to know yourself. You really have an opportunity to spend a lot of time in your own head with your own thoughts without any type of influence from other people. And I think that is super valuable, especially for someone like me that is highly introverted. And that's one of the reasons riding motorcycles definitely makes me a lot more happy. All right, I'm just about on E, so I'm gonna have to stop and get some gas here. But while we're doing that, let me continue the discussion. So number two that I'm thinking of that would have to be so very true is riding motorcycles helps produce creativity and productivity, at least with me. I don't know about you guys, but some of my best thinking that I do is when I'm on my motorcycle. And some of the best ideas that I come up with for videos and different things that I want to do and accomplish out of life happens when I'm riding my motorcycle. Gives me opportunity to think clearly and to kind of align my actions with my goals. And that is super helpful to me. Gasoline. All right. Tank is topped off. We're ready to go. All right, let's continue our discussion here, shall we? We shall. A third thing that I can think of is a third thing that I can think of is that riding motorcycles really improves my psychological well-being. You know, I've mentioned this before in plenty of my videos. I'll say it again for some of my new viewers, is that I really struggle with anxiety. I have to take medication for anxiety on a daily basis. Some days it really gets the best of me. And riding motorcycles really reduces that. I don't know why. I don't understand the science behind it. I don't really have to. All I know is it works. It really helps me focus and improve mental stability, if that's a proper way to describe it. But anxiety is just one of those things that so many people battle with, and I will probably do a video solely on that to talk about my struggles. But riding motorcycles, I mean, you can ask my wife. If I get to ride a couple of times a week, I'm a different person. And if I don't get to ride a couple of times a week, I get really grumpy really quick.
I thought that some human being had actually dropped a grumpy.
I'll tell you what, in the comments below, let me know if that's the case with you. If you're unable to ride your motorcycle a couple of times a week, does it affect your mental well-being and your focus? Let me know. I'd love to be able to hear that, see if we have that in common. Now here is another one that's an absolute fact with me, why riding motorcycles can make you happier and more successful in life. And that would have to be this, is that it improves my relationships with people. Riding motorcycles improves my relationships with people. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's pretty simple. You know, when I'm riding my motorcycle, my wife doesn't ride, so when I'm riding, I'm away from my family 9 times out of 10. You know, I'm away from my wife, I'm away from other family members, and I miss them. You know, sometimes it's even difficult to leave the house and go for a ride, because I know while I'm riding there's going to be some point that I will miss them. And it's kind of like that, I don't know, that situation, that old saying, you know, what is it? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or something to that degree. So it's just like that. When I'm away from Winnie, when I'm away from my wife, and I'm out riding, I'm thinking about her, I'm missing her. When I get home, it just improves that relationship, gives us something to talk about, helps clear my mind and focus, so that I can get my riding done and then focus on our life together. So that really, absolutely 100% helps me thrive and survive on a daily basis. Now, the fifth thing that I can think of, there's probably some overlap here with some of the other things we've discussed, but it's all just so very true. And that's that riding motorcycles really provides a perspective for me. That sometimes I'm not able to see the big picture when I'm in the middle of whatever problem that I'm experiencing. And riding motorcycles helps me do that. It helps me kind of pull back and pull away a little bit, and to see the big picture and not really get lost in all the details. And that is super helpful for somebody like me. And I know a lot of people, including myself, you know, there's some days that I might just say to myself, oh man, I'm just so busy. I've got, you know, this laundry list of things to do. I don't have time to get out and ride my motorcycle. But one of the things that I have learned is that when I catch myself saying I don't have time to ride motorcycles, it is usually when I need it the most. That's usually the time where I need to step away and unplug and really start to see the big picture, again, the perspective, to put things in its place. So when I say motorcycles can make you happier and more successful, I'm not necessarily talking about your pocketbook. I'm not necessarily talking about getting a promotion or anything like that at work. I'm talking about quality of life. And I think that's probably the most important thing and the most valuable thing, way over promotions, way over your pocketbook, is that when you get to be an old man or an old woman one day, you'll be able to know you had quality of life. I don't know, that's just worth so much to me. And riding motorcycles helps me attain that. All right, guys, I appreciate your time today very, very much. Thank you for hanging in there with me during this video and this list of things that we're talking about. I hope you have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.